Hey, what is up my friends? Welcome to the channel. I haven't posted in a while, and I apologize. I've been very busy with product launches for the company I work for. Some of you guys know who I work for. Finally get a weekend to myself. Anyways, in this video, we are going to be talking about the 5 things I hate about DJI FPV goggles. So I do like this thing, but there are a lot of things that I don't like about this. There's a lot of things that can be improved. Maybe some of the engineers will watch this video and improve upon some of the things that we kind of consolidate here. Number one thing is the head strap. Oh my God, I hate this head strap. It's a 3-piece, which means there's loops on the side and then there's one on the top. So it essentially kind of holds your, and it makes sense, you know, like it keeps the weight from the back. But what they haven't realized is that most of the time, 90% of the time, as FPV pilots, the position of the goggles are on our forehead like this, because we just want to have it on our head, and then when we fly, we put it down. These straps are designed so that it's in this position. Whoops. In this position. See, now for this position, it's not bad. It's fine. It you know, these are heavier goggles, so it's designed to take more of the weight with 3 straps. Of course, 3 straps are better than 2 straps. However, because we keep it on our head most of the time like this, the problem that I have, and you can kind of see it, like the weight just like sits on your forehead and starts sagging on your eyeballs, and then you can't like do anything because it keeps falling, and you need to like keep your hand up like this to hold it up the whole time. It's super annoying. Combined with the fact that, you know, there's no place for a battery to be on, and I like my battery on my head. I don't want it tethered to anything, because there's a whole nother problem with that, where you might walk away and like rip the connector out, you know. So I like to keep my battery right on top, and I usually keep it right here. The problem with that is it makes it even more heavy on the head, makes it even more lopsided, and it becomes a whole like balancing act. You look like a freaking idiot, like, you know, be like, hey, you know, hold on, like let me plug in the, not to mention on a shoot, if you're on a shoot, it's even worse. So, you know, because your crew is waiting for you and all that stuff. Luckily, I'm a director, so I can do whatever I want and people can wait for me. But, you know, it's just annoying. The second thing that I hate about the DJI FPV goggles is this foam. This foam just sucks. And this was across the board. When this thing first came out, everybody was like, this thing doesn't fit my face. There's tons of light leaks. And for me at first, I was like, well, you know, and of course I'm biased, right? But I was like, well, you know, like it's fine. Like I was so amazed by the HD, crystal clear HD, that it didn't really bother me that much. I was kind of like, whatever. But now that I've been flying it for a while, I do notice the light leaks, even on my face. And you would think that it's designed for an Asian face, right? Okay, so if it doesn't even fit my face, then who was this designed for? Because it doesn't fit people with larger noses. It doesn't fit people that have long faces, or like square faces, or flat faces. I have a flat face. It doesn't fit my face either. So I don't even know what they were thinking. It just doesn't fit. That's something that you need to upgrade and fix it. The other thing is like the Velcro sucks, and it just flops around like this. You see that? See that little space here? And it becomes like, it just needs to be replaced. So I don't like that. I don't like that. The number 3 thing that I hate about this goggle are the fact that there are 4 antennas. Yes, okay, maybe you need those 4 antennas. Maybe you don't. But the thing is, because they're protruding like this in all directions, I can't keep anything plugged in. So I have to, every time, let me get my patches. Okay, so I've got my patches. These are True RC patches. These are video aerial system patches, and I like to run patches on every single antenna point, because from my tests, clearly it does better when it's just receiving the signal in the best way possible, which is a patch antenna on every single point. So the problem that I have is, you know, obviously I can't leave this on the goggles. I have to take it off every single time I fly. So every single time And this has like 2 adapters and all this stuff, which arguably, you know, you start losing reception and you wear out the connectors and all this stuff. It's so annoying, and it takes so long to put these on. Here, let me do this.
2 hours later.
Okay, it's still not on. Okay, and then you have to make sure everything is tight, and then you have to make sure it's pointing in the right direction. You know what I mean? And yes, True RC makes a double version of this. Kind of looks like this one, but it's a dual version, so it goes into 2 of the ports, which is basically just 2 of these things put together. And it's, you know, another pro tip: you don't need to buy all these crazy antennas. Yes, you can use the stuff that you have as long as you have left hand circular polarized or right hand circular polarized. You just have to match the antenna on your quad. So I run 4 of these on each corner. So, and this is because I was sent the Cyclops antenna from VAS, which is right here. And what I really liked about this is that I could just leave this on the goggles and then put it in my my bag, and I did not have to unscrew these every single time. I could just leave it on there, which is great because I don't have the wear and tear, and it's super easy. I just pull it out, put on the goggles, and I can go. The problem is I had installed this analog right here, and then I didn't realize this, but I went down and flew with Sven with the Tiny Whoops, and I was trying to change my antennas, and my antennas, or sorry, I was trying to change my channel, and the button's all the way in here, the rapid fire button. And so because this was blocking it, I was trying to do this, and I was pushing it out like this, and it popped out, and then it ripped out all the antennas here. Until then, don't get me wrong, this is amazing. It's just that if you start fiddling with it, unfortunately, these things will pop out. Now, in order to fix that, I thought, you know, I love these antennas. I'm gonna support Alex at VAS by just ordering a new one. So I got myself the version 2. I paid for this one because I like it so much, and I love VAS. They've been a supporter of the channel from the very, very beginning in 2014. So I am very happy to support him and just buy whatever I need from him. So this one he came out with, which fixes that problem. So now I'm going to be running this. Now the problem with this though is then it doesn't have this bracket that I like so much, which maybe I can attach, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know if that alleviates my problem of needing to screw it on and off, but the fact that I have to put so many antennas on this thing, I don't like that. And yes, you can put in little stubbies and then leave that on, but the performance is not as good. It's not going to beat this. I'm telling you. I've done my tests. It's not going to be as good as this. It's not going to be as good as these patch antennas. So that's my thing. That's my opinion. I like to run my patches, and that's what I hate about this thing. The 4th thing that I hate about these DJI goggles is the battery. Nobody talks about the battery. I have not seen anybody complain about the battery. I hate this situation right here. Okay? When I have my Fat Sharks, when I had my Fat Sharks, I did sell all of them except for one. Let me show you. I had HDOs, I had HT3s, I had an HT2 at some point, although I think I gave that away. I still have these. Oh man, I think these are the Dominator 3s. I don't even remember. But it looks exactly the same, by the way. And it's just as good. Goes to show you don't have to upgrade anything when you're in this hobby, you know. Anyways, the battery situation. This battery is brilliant. Yes, it's not good, and it's not that great, but the mounting, you just mount it into the side of the strap here, and it goes in like this, and then it plugs in, and then you put it on your head, and the weight's all good, and you're good to go. Love it. You know what I mean? This thing is sold without a battery. Who sells a product without a battery? I guess a lot of people, but not a DJI product. A DJI product always comes with a battery. They should have. I would have probably rather have them package the battery and then figured out how to mount it in an appropriate place that figures out the weight situation. Not just like this cord that just plugs into, and I hate that. I don't want to be tethered. The whole reason why we're using wireless technology is to be wireless. Just come out with the battery. Just an accessory where just that should have been designed. That's all I'm saying. So now what I do, like I said before, is I strap this on here, and that becomes a whole situation where it throws off the balance and it's this gigantic thing on your head. Some people do it back here, you know, but then it becomes this big thing on the back of your head. I just don't know, man. I don't know how this would be solved, but I don't like that. They just did not put any thought into the battery situation. These 2S batteries that's made for Fat Shark does not work on this. It just doesn't. It just doesn't power it. Let me show you. See this? This battery's full. This battery's full, okay? It only powers the module, the rapid fire module in the front. It cannot power anything in here. I have to have a 4S battery or a 3S battery like this in order to power everything. I don't know, but it just doesn't work. So it's really frustrating because this is like an actual flight battery that I just repurposed because it's old, and I put it on my head. I just want someone to make a goggle battery for this, something that mounts really well, that's kind of in this form factor, and then make a strap, or just make it like this so I can just put it in here and then plug it in. Why can't someone make that? Don't like that. Don't like that. That problem still needs to be solved. I don't see anybody solving that problem. The fifth final thing that I hate about the DJI goggles is related to the analog. Yes, you can put analog modules on here, which is awesome. I made a video about it. Go check it out. I also believe that this situation is the best because you want your stuff to be durable, you know? And this is like, you can just throw it in a bag. It's not going to get crushed. It's not going to get, you know, all effed up. If it's on the side right here, electronics can get wet. You know, you can rip it off. You can get snagged on something. Boom, it's, you know, it's not good. Like if you're on a shoot, you're screwed. But that's not the problem. The problem is that I have with it is a software issue. So when you first go and plug this in, it's meant for digital, so it shows the digital picture first. But when I want to use analog, it takes forever to get into the menu and then go into the analog thing and activate this input. Why can't we have a single quick switch or something, or a very easy way to click into analog? You know what I mean? That's something that Fat Shark has perfected. You know, all you got to do to go in from HDMI input to 3D to 2D, you know, you just long press and then you go into the next thing. And there's a quick switch, the 2-position switch here, where you can switch back from playback to real time. These are the kinds of things that only comes from the creator being a user. Greg at Fat Shark is a user. He made these things because he wanted something that he could use. It's a little bit of a different design philosophy than something like this, where they made this probably because they wanted to take over the market, which they are kind of doing. I mean, over 40% or something like that have switched into digital, which is great, and I love that because now you're not gonna have people blasting people out of the air with analog. But you know, the design still needs some work. So those are the 5 things that I hate about the DJI goggles. I hope that in the next iteration of this, it becomes a lot better, becomes smaller, becomes easier to use, makes it more like this and lighter, smaller, very minimalistic. And then we will be this much closer to having a perfect digital experience. So anyway, thank you for watching. That was a quick little video. I just wanted to get it out because it's one of my videos on my list. One of the goals that I have for 2020, yes, we're in quarantine, but one of the goals that I have for 2020 is to make a lot more videos, a lot more content, and a lot more valuable content that I will enjoy, that you'll enjoy. So anyways, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these more frequently. I know I got a little late start this year, but I've had a lot of projects, and unfortunately that's just what happens when my line of work. And with video, I am looking to improve it, and I'm going to be trying to putting out a lot more videos, so stay tuned, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.